Dual wheels. Huh?
This is something you see on the streets a lot that I feel like is probably not even allowed in Germany, and it's these huge pickup trucks with dual wheels in the back.
What the hell? Wait, is this a thing in America? I never even saw this in the movies. What? Oh my god. Today I will be reacting to 7 things I had never seen before I came to the USA. Okay, this will be an interesting one. Specific because I want to visit America quite bad. But before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much, my friend. This is the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description, and let's play it.
Hey, do you think we could stop by an ATM?
Please?
I need to get some cash.
Yep, sure. There's one right over there, actually. And here we go.
What?
Here, give me your card.
Wait, what is this place?
What? Oh, this is the joke about DriveThru ATMs. Those are not real, right? It's basically a meme going around. I feel like.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but since the fall of 2016, I've mainly been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio. And during that time, I've had lots of experiences with cultural differences, as you guys know, since that's what this channel is mainly about. And some of those experiences were situations where I was like, what is that? Or what is this thing for? Which
Oh man, I'm really curious to see those things because I feel like Portugal and Germany, they are different, but there is a lot of similarities in terms of, culture. So I'm really curious.
often made me sound like a little child discovering the world for the first time, but that's pretty much what it was because there were quite a few things that I had never seen in my 22 years of living in Germany, and that's what this video is going to be about. So here are 7 things I've never seen before I came to the US.
Okay. Wait, again. DriveThru ATMs? Do you guys really have this all around in America? This is a great idea, by the way, but okay.
The first thing on my list is DriveThru ATMs. And before I continue, I just want to give a disclaimer for the whole video.
Sure.
These are my personal experiences. I'm sure some of these things do exist in Germany somewhere. I'm sure there is a DriveThru ATM somewhere, but I personally, growing up in Munich, I had never seen that before I came to the US. And here, it's a pretty common thing, just like anything drive-thru in the US. Drive-thru pharmacies, coffee shops, liquor stores, and I've heard that there's even a drive-thru wedding chapel in Las Vegas.
No chance. You can marry at a drive-thru in America? I don't believe it. That's no. No, okay. DriveThru ATMs is already crazy for me. The fact that you can marry at a drive-thru, maybe it's possible actually. Okay, I love America.
Just a couple weeks after I first came to Cincinnati for my exchange semester in 2016, I was in the car with a few friends and we were on our way to this event hosted by the university with a concert and food trucks, and we wanted to get some cash before we got there. So my friend said we're stopping by an ATM on the way there, and I was mind blown when we pulled into this drive-thru ATM a few minutes later and we could get cash without even leaving our car. I was like, wow, Americans really don't like to walk. I had
Look, if someone told me that, I would say, okay, we are going to a specific place, get out of the car, go, maybe to the bank or something. No, we just stay in the car and they give us money. Fantastic.
Never gotten cash from a car before, but since then I've done it many times myself, and I do have to say it is very convenient.
Yeah. What?
The second point on my list has to do with driving as well, and that's because people just drive a lot more in the US than they do in Germany, especially compared to more urban areas in Germany. Here in the US, except for major cities like New York, cars are the main way of getting around. Distances are long because this is just a huge country.
Well, not only New York, right? You cannot, I assume, should be very difficult to drive in places like Washington DC, maybe even, Los Angeles, Miami, or not. Maybe just New York. I wonder, actually.
Public transportation is pretty poor or doesn't exist at all, and people can drive at the age of 16, which is pretty important here because in most...
That alone is a culture shock because I believe you guys is what? 16 to drive, 21 to drink, 25 to get married. No, the get married, I was joking. But it is 18. It's kind of different.
Places you really wouldn't be able to get around otherwise, and you would be dependent on your parents forever. So it's very common in the US to drive everywhere, and even in bigger cities here in the Midwest, like Cincinnati, you won't see many people walk or take a bike or public transportation. And with that also comes that you'll see people stand at stoplights, sometimes even in the middle of the street on the median with a sign held up. And when I first saw that, I automatically thought it was a hitchhiker. So I was like, wow, there's lots of hitchhikers in Cincinnati, until I realized that they were really homeless people, and on the signs, they were describing their situation and asking for money. So what you'll see is that
Okay. This 100% would caught me by surprise.
when a driver is waiting at a red light and wants to give them money, they'll just roll down their window and the person will walk up to the car and take it. And of course, it's not like I had never seen homeless people or people asking for money in Germany, but in Munich, you'll usually see them on the sidewalks, in the pedestrian area, in subway stations, or wherever people might walk by rather than at stoplights.
Koozies? What? Koozies? What the hell is that? I mean, I know what cozy, being cozy, you know what I mean? Actually, kind of makes sense looking at the bottle.
With that, let's move on to the third thing on my list that I had never seen before I came to the US, and that is Koozies. They look...
Koozies. Okay. Cozy, maybe different thing. You know, I'm very cozy at home. You know that expression, right?
Like this and are a pretty normal household item here. I'd say most people have at least one of these at home. Many people have dozens of these at home.
What is that?
But I personally had never seen that before I came here. And I had no clue what they were for when I first saw them. But as you can see, I do have some Koozies myself now. Because they're a pretty popular giveaway item and merch item. And they're mostly used when people drink beer or other alcohol. You put your can or a bottle in this thing and that way your drink stays cool, especially in the summer. I've actually mentioned Koozies.
Oh, there is some type of ice inside of that. Do you put those Koozies in the fridge after you use them to use again? Because putting something around makes even more cold, even more hot, right? What is going on? What technology is that?
In my video on alcohol culture, and in that video I said that they keep your hand from getting cold since drinks here are usually extremely cold, and I said that because that's the only reason I've ever used them, but the official purpose is actually to keep your hand from warming up the drink and not the other way around. So I just want to get that straight. Why don't we have them in Germany? I'm not 100% sure, but I'd assume that it's because we're not afraid of our drinks getting warm as much as America.
Okay, this idea, are Koozies that helpful? Tell me in the comments. Now I'm really curious because looking at first glance does not seem like, you guys really create amazing things. This one, I'm not sure. Koozies?
Americans are, and we also don't drink out of cans a lot, and I believe that cans warm up faster than bottles.
What?
This this one I actually didn't really notice until 2018 when I got my master's at the University of Cincinnati and taught German there at the same time. Because when I did my exchange semester in 2016, I never actually had a class in a normal classroom because the program was called Electronic Media, and I mostly just took video and audio production classes that were taught more in a studio setting. But then when I taught German 2 years later, my classes took place in normal standard classrooms, and that's when I noticed these things on the walls. Most class—
Come on, no. What is that? Wait. Oh my god. So you guys by André, everyone knows what is that. This is the first time I'm seeing that. What? So, okay. No, I can see it. I mean, I can see why you guys use that. She already explained it, you know, to sharp the pencil, but okay.
Classrooms have one of these attached to the wall, and I was completely lost at first as to what this is until I saw someone use it for the first time, and it's a pencil sharpener. And before you—
That's crazy. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm laughing because I think I would love to. I'm sure I will love to visit America. This type of stuff is wild.
ask, yes, we do have pencil sharpeners in Germany too, but it's not very common for German students to write with a pencil in school. I've actually talked a little more about that in this video, and therefore pencil sharpeners aren't really a thing that students need after elementary school. And even in elementary school, I've never seen a pencil sharpener on the wall in Germany. The students just have their own sharpeners.
Exactly the same here. I mean, I could explain, but she said it.
Again, I'm sure somewhere in Germany you can find these on the wall too, or maybe it used to be a thing back in the day, but I personally had never seen this item before I came.
No, this one I'm pretty sure is an American thing. I could be wrong, correct me in the comments, but this one I never... Look, I can imagine maybe there is some type of ATM drive-thru here, maybe in Lisbon. That stuff, I really doubt.
To the US, and here it seems to be a pretty standard thing in classrooms.
Oh no. The spray cheese, is that the spray anything? I mean, when you guys say anything, does not mean anything, right? Means some things, not anything. Right?
Whether it's spray butter, spray oil, or even spray cheese,
The cheese. A couple of you guys told me in other video that this stuff is disgusting. Would you guys agree with that?
Americans have some interesting food items here that I had definitely never seen before, and especially the spray stuff threw me off a little in the beginning. Spray butter and spray oil are things that I've seen in a lot of American households.
Spray oil is a great idea.
Maybe that's just because of the widespread fear of fat here, and people think that with regular butter and oil, they're gonna get too much of it. I'm not sure, but again, I've never seen that in Germany, and to most Europeans I've talked to, that seems pretty unnecessary. I mean, why not use your regular oil and butter? And the sprayed cheese, I don't even know what to say to that, but in general, there's lots of things that Americans call cheese that aren't actually cheese, so that's just something that I had to get used to.
So, if they are not cheese, what are those things? Dual wheels. Huh?
This is something you see on the streets a lot that I feel like is probably not even allowed in Germany, and it's these huge pickup trucks with dual wheels in the back.
What the hell? Wait, is this a thing in America? I never even saw this in the movies. What? Oh my god, man. Okay. I guess the 4 makes sense, you know. Okay, I'm not able to continue this video after this one. I guess I will not pause it anymore. What is that?
In general, there are a lot of pickup trucks on American streets compared to Germany, and just so many huge cars and SUVs that wouldn't even fit through all the streets in Germany. But the dual wheels really are something that, to me, seems like...
That's, you know, okay, sorry. No, okay, that one was crazy. Yeah, so she's saying that also, but good luck driving that here. You cannot. I mean, you can, but you have to go back a lot of times because you cannot go further. You know what I mean? The roads will not allow it. Not the roads, the size of the roads. So actually, I was seeing some news about the Cybertruck, the Tesla one. That I think the Cybertruck is not coming to Europe because of the size. A lot of roads will not be able to handle that. Oh, great. I mean, I assume this is the same thing almost.
The back. In general, there are a lot of pickup trucks on American streets compared to Germany, and just so many huge cars and SUVs that wouldn't even fit through all the streets in Germany. But the dual wheels really are something that, to me, seems like the epitome of this whole land of extremes vibe of the US. And I often even see this in the city, where it doesn't even seem like the person actually needs a truck, let alone dual wheels. So I guess some people just have it because they can.
I cannot stop thinking about that because it surprises me a lot that I was not aware of that. I have videos reacting to cars in America. I saw a lot of movies. I mean, yeah, great experience, André. Yeah, well, and I know a couple of the pickups you guys have in America that are really beautiful. The Ford Raptor or something like that, right? But those don't have those wheels. I'm not sure now. Bitters?
And the last point on my list has to do with cars again, and this one goes back to the fact that in Ohio and most other states, they don't have car inspections that your car has to pass in order to keep the registration. In Germany, we have a pretty strict inspection every 2 years called TÜV, and that's the reason why you hardly ever see damaged cars on German streets. Maybe you'll see a dent here and there or some rust, but in the US, you'll see beaters, so broken cars all the time. You know, cars
Here you can also see broken cars, but we also have inspection. For older cars, is actually every year.
that look like they
For new cars, I believe the first 5 or 6. I don't know for sure. My car is not new, so. But I believe there is a couple of years that you don't have to go to this. But after that is like you have to go every 2 years or something. You know what I mean? And after 10 years, you have to go every year. It's something like that. Don't quote me on this, but yeah.
They just got out of an accident where there is the bumper missing or half of the hood or the side mirror. And that was definitely something that shocked me in the beginning, to see cars like that on the highway, because it's just not something you'll ever see in Germany. That was my list of things I have never seen before I came to the US. Of course, these were just a few points of many, so let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. And of course, I also want to know what things were new for you, either when you first visited the US or...
Low-key, this video was amazing, because a lot of the things she ended up sharing with us, you guys are aware probably, but me, no chance. You know, this was crazy. Koozies, no idea. Pencil sharpeners on the wall. Talk about crazy stuff. Spray anything. Dual wheel. Oh man. Okay.
Or maybe another country in your case. Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for free, activate the bell, and for more content besides my YouTube videos, you should definitely check out my new podcast, Understanding Train Station, that I host together with my friend Josh, who is an American that speaks fluent German. In our latest episode, we talked about work life and office culture in Germany versus the US, together with our friend Niklas, so check it out, the link is in the description box below. And of course, you can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook, or support me on Patreon or buymeacoffee.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and I hope I'll see you next time. Cheers!
Bye. Great video, my friends. Really ended up surprising me a couple of times, like I said. Tell me in the comments if you agree with that, and if something that being not that well explained, or actually they need some more, a bigger perspective, you know what I mean? But that's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye. Do not forget to leave a like.